over. Oh, hey, you can sit with us.
Hi guys, welcome to Skin Society. In today's podcast episode, we will be discussing chemical peels. Ooh. It is perfect as it is spooky season. Yes. And during spooky season, we all know there are definitely some botched chemical peels out there. So today we're going to be discussing all things chemical peels, how to prep the skin, what are some of our favorite types of peels to use during the treatment room, do's and don'ts for your clients, and also red flags as an esthetician for your clients.
Absolutely.
So we'll kind of just start.
Let's get into it.
Yes. What are you guys' favorite type of peel to use and why?
I want to say I love vitamin A. This is the blend of vitamin A. I love what it brings to the table. Mm-hmm. I love the fact that it's just a special blend that is good for fixing all different skin issues. I love vitamin A a lot. What are yours, Mia?
I would say mine is like any type of blend that has like a little bit of a TCA, a glycolic, a salicylic, mainly because that's what I work with mostly, because most of my clients are have hyperpigmentation or they're acne clients. So I like a peel that can do a little bit more than just peel. And I love medium depth peels. Like superficial peels are great. I feel like Face Realities peels are superficial and I do love to use them, but like medium depth are my favorite because I feel like I see results faster, even though there's no such thing as just one pill and you're done. I think people don't remember that part about it, that you have to, it's more than one pill to get your desired look. Like you want the results, but it's not like a one-stop shop. It's not a cookie cutter treatment. You have to do more than one treatment. Maria, what about you? What's your favorite?
I also like blended peels, but I'm actually a superficial girly. I absolutely love baby peels. Like give me a good lactic acid peel, and I feel like that can just do, within itself, can just do so much for the skin.
Absolutely.
Like, I love increase that hydration, brighten the skin, remove that dead skin. Like, I don't think that you need to have that crazy
snake-like shedding.
To like get really good results, especially because we're doing them in sessions, right? So I'm totally a superficial girl.
You know what it reminds me of when I first met you, and I always used to tell you, slow and steady wins the race.
Yes, exactly.
I used to always say that. So I'm like, don't try to be so aggressive with your pills. Always remember, slow and steady wins the race, because when you do too much, too soon, and too fast, you wind up doing too much of a good thing that leads to a bad thing.
Right. It can get scary.
It can get very scary, very spooky, and we don't want to end up where?
Sorry.
Or the shade room. Like, you won't catch me in the shade room.
I feel like, I'm sorry, what were you going to say?
No, go ahead.
I feel like for me, like, when I, like, as far as, like, so let's get into prepping, right? So, with my clients, like, for someone, like, a superficial peel, I feel like you can almost do it to anybody, not anybody walking through the door, any client that you know their skin.
But it is safe.
It's safe.
It's a safe peel for everyone.
Anybody, right? So, for me, with very superficial peels, I kind of use them as a prep, because most of my clients, and you know what I learned too? Most people want to take the pictures of the snake-like shedding, like, because we all offer the most popular It Girl peel of the season right now. Bio Repill. we all offer it, and it's great. But like my clients like, oh, I'm not going to shed. I'm like, girl, no, that's the whole purpose of it. It's great. You don't have to shed.
You don't want to walk around like ugly.
But some people want that. They want to take the pictures. They want to feel like they had the experience. Something about seeing the thick layers of skin come off make them feel like I had a real treatment.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean? Think that part of that comes from like social media and what it does, right? Like a lot of times when you do see chemical peels on social media, they are the crazy shit like peeling.
Right. Yeah.
And there's also something kind of satisfying
about
watching your skin come
like,
off.
It makes you feel like, oh, I got my money's worth. I know this skin came off, even though like there's great superficial peels, which I love. Like I said, I'm gonna just call it out. Face Reality is like my favorite. And then also some peels, I don't get all my sauce and shit, but you know, no. So you know what I'm trying to say.
We know.
Yeah,
I think lactic. Lactic itself.
It's a bunch of great. What are you gonna say?
But you know what's my favorite? Enzymes.
Yeah. Oh,
okay. I love my superficial enzymes.
Okay.
I love using enzymes. I just love the fact that it begins to let the clients experience what's next to come.
Can I tell you something?
Go ahead.
So, like you said, I'll do like an introduction facial when I do an enzyme, right? Like a very mild enzyme. And then they're like, oh my gosh, my skin is like, girl, all I did was take a little bit of this, you know. It's like, oh, you like this, you gonna love it.
Especially if they don't exfoliate.
It's like, I love those people that never exfoliate and then they come in and they get like I said, an introduction facial if it's a new client and they get that enzyme, they get up like, oh my gosh, I'm so much brighter. I'm like, girl, that was nothing but a little deep clean and like, so like you said, people, I don't think people sleep on them, but I do love a good enzyme as well. And I feel like that's good prep too.
Good prep, and I feel like that's how I loop my clients in, right? Like little secret, but when I'll like introduce an enzyme and then I'll kind of be like, well, I'm gonna boost your enzyme, you know, I'm gonna put a little bit of a peel in there, so that you can kind of get a taste of what a peel is gonna be, right? And then from there, they'll see the results and they'll kind of be like, okay, I'm ready for a peel.
Right.
Like okay, you ready to shed a little bit, or we'll be talking, because it always comes down to downtime for me. Like,
that's very important.
You know, like, what do you want to look like? Are you okay with the peeling? Because some people really can't afford their careers. Don't allow them to have that downtime, which is why bio refill is great, right?
And that's why, like you said, that's why, like, for me, like, I do love superficial pills. I offer them, like, that's like the most popular service for me. But I love a deep pill because that's like, oh girl, put that time and let that skin shed. Like, I love it. But
the instant gratification.
But I also think that's why it's so great to have, like, we can offer so many different type of chemical pills. I love that. I feel like at one point it was just like, okay, you get a chemical pill, you're gonna shed. I feel like I didn't know going into becoming an esthetician and chemical pills, especially what we were taught in school, it get real and there's so many layers. Like even like the ones that we can do, like the super deep ones, that phenols, like the ones that the physicians are doing. I just love that we have such range as estheticians to be able to go.
And I do think I started with enzymes. Me too. And just offering enzymes.
I was terrified of pills.
No, literally.
Really?
Yeah. No, literally. Like I was so
and I
scared.
remember Krista. Remember when? Sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
Krista, remember when you Krista taught me how to dermaplane, y'all. So remember, and then I was like, well, what do you think about pills? And you were like, girl, no, don't you do it. She was like, you remember you said you knew somebody that got burnt or something like that. You was like, go very slow, and then I was like,
very slow, like build her skin up, like don't just go full throttle.
Yeah,
I didn't go very slow. Get her to come back and let's see how her skin does after this. I didn't do it. I was like, chemical pills is just one of those things that I think that people don't understand. It's so many different types of pills. And every client's skin is very different. So what you may do on this girl, you can't keep doing the same protocol on every single every person.
Everybody's skin is different.
I think that a lot of times when you have a client, you have to understand, okay, she can take this, but this next client can't take that.
Right.
And that's why your back bar is so important, having a range of different things, because you have to be prepared for whoever walks through that door.
Right. And I think the prep is just like I feel like I can do, like, for example, like we all have the bio repo, right? And the bio repo is supposed to be great for every single body, right? I feel like it depends on the prep. I feel like even though everybody's skin is different, these pills are made to service more than one skin type and concern. So I think as long as we're doing the right prep, I feel comfortable doing like the same pill on everybody, but I'm also comfortable customizing when I need to.
Okay, so let me ask y'all this. Do you guys ever use a peel to prep for a peel?
Absolutely. That's what I was just saying about my superficial peels. I do, like, for example, like the...
No, I don't mean, like, prep the skin. Like, I mean there. Like, you know how you would usually either use some type of AHA, BHA, acetone, alcohol to prep for the peel.
I've never did that.
You guys
do that?
Yes. Do you guys use a peel to prep for the peel?
Maybe with, like...
Not really to prep for the pill.
Mm-hmm.
No. I never did that before.
Like...
Are you talking about like a glam pill?
Yes, basically. Basically, because I do love the cocktailing aspect of peels, right?
Yeah.
And using maybe like a little 5% lactic, right? Like even depending on, because some of my clients, I'm not gonna lie, I push it to the limit. Okay, like
to the limit.
Like if I'm comfortable with you and we have a rapport, you know, I've been seeing you, I know your skin, I trust that you're gonna do what you're gonna do, and if something goes wrong, you're gonna reach out to me. Because that's another thing. We have clients that come and get a peel. And they don't even tell you.
Like, they disappear.
Yeah.
They like, all right,
hello, can I get some pictures?
And it's like, did it work? How did you feel?
I'm the esthetician. I'm like, hey, good morning. It's day 3. You should be shedding. Please send me some pictures.
What we looking like?
My clients can attest. If y'all watching this in the comments, I make them send me pictures. I'm like, I need to see that. Oh, no, it's going fine. I need to see it. I need to see the pictures because I need to make sure you're not lying. I need to make sure you're not peeling because at the end of the day, oh wait, that's another thing we need to add to consent forms. Let's talk about the importance of like as an esthetician making sure that you have all those things in line before you putting something on somebody's face that can potentially, it's in their hands. Like once you put the peel on them, you do the service. Their aftercare is I mean, not their aftercare.
Yeah.
How their results depend on what they're doing at
Yeah.
home. You can't scrub it off. Like, people go crazy with peels, I think, and that's why people get so. What was that one y'all sent on Instagram? Remember when we talked about on Instagram?
Oh, the Los Angeles Butters guy.
Yeah.
He posted up a video, and it was another esthetician, and he was kind of like commenting on it, but someone went to an esthetician, got a medium, I think she said medium depth peel.
Yeah.
The next day, the person was not peeling. And then after that...
Mind you, it takes 3 days.
Yes.
It takes 3 days.
3 to 4.
3 to 4 days, yeah.
Peak of swelling 3 to 4 days.
Yeah.
And
So I don't
some
know
people
that.
might not even shed like that, right? Like, I've done peels on people where, like, I'll be like, oh, you're not going to peel from it. And then they'll be texting me like, oh, I peeled. And I'll be like,
Oh, shit, yeah.
Because the last 6 people that I did it on didn't peel.
But I don't really, when I do my peels, even on myself, I don't get that. No matter which one I do, my skin just pretty much looks really dry. It never has given me that snake pull off.
Can I tell you something? Can
But
I tell
I
you
like
something?
that though.
No, can I tell you something? I just learned. Okay, so I'm not going to put any names out there, but I just was working out last peel season. I was working with a company. Love the company. It was great, but I switched this year, right? So I had one client who I did a peel. It was a lady who had freckles and she wanted to lift her freckles, right? So we did the peel. And all of my clients that I've ever did this peel on had snake-like shedding. Like,
really?
yes, this lady barely freaking flaked. And I'm like, so I'm calling my rep. And that's another reason why I decided not to go back with this company this year, because they didn't do enough for me. Like, I was calling my rep like, hey, like, is this normal? Like, so there is like a 10% chance that you won't shed, and that depends on your what you're doing to your skin regularly. So if you're using like a retinol, if you're exfoliating regularly, or some people's skin just doesn't peel. That is a thing, and I never knew that until I had that experience. And then I also learned that even though that you're like, even if you don't get that snake-like shedding, if those ingredients penetrate, your skin will still get bright over the 30 days.
I think the most important part, though, that a lot of people don't know is that I am constantly using a tyrosine inhibitor.
Yeah.
So I like
that's like the biggest part.
Yeah. That's how I like to keep the melanocytes suppressed.
Yeah.
So
like
I don't get the snake-like peeling, but baby, I get the fucking results.
Yeah.
That bio repill had my skin like all the way together. So I think a lot of people don't realize when you are putting your clients on home care prep prior to pill, a lot of key ingredients really matter.
Absolutely.
And how good their pill will turn out.
Absolutely.
Some people want the snake-like peeling, but if you're not using sunscreen and you don't have no more than an inhibitor, guess what? It's going to take more than one treatment for them to even peak the results that they want. So it's very important.
And what people don't realize is that sometimes you do a peel and the pigment is pulled to the surface, and it might even get darker at 1st. That's why it's important to do more than one. And like Krista said, tyrosinase inhibitors are huge. You need to be on a pigment inhibitor. Estheticians, you need to have your clients on a pigment inhibitor. Exactly. I won't even, unless it's like the bio repill, because that's something that's just so refreshing and so new. I would do that on a fairly new client, but like the rest of my clients, they know that pill season was approaching. They all hit me up like, okay, what do I need to be on? I need more of this, I need more of that. Absolutely, I'm putting them on pigment inhibitors because that's how you get the best result. It's people just think that you can just get a chemical pill and have the best skin of your life. It does not work like that.
And I also think educating your client, right? Like, I think that a lot of estheticians get complacent because you've either seen this person a few times, or you've mentioned it to them before. And I tell all my clients, I sound like a broken record. Literally, every time you come in, I don't care if this is the 50th visit. If you're doing a peel, I'm going over the aftercare.
Absolutely.
Telling you when to expect peeling, not to pick. Make sure you're wearing your sunscreen. Like, and I tell them one time, I'm a broken record. I don't care. I'm going to say it over and over and over again.
It's to the point my clients say it back with me. Like, I know. And I'm like, okay, and then what? And
I'm just making sure.
The one thing I do stress, though, dry skin heals slower.
Yeah.
I always send my clients home, even after their pill, with a little pocket moisturizer. I said sometimes 3 o'clock during the day, you may have to retouch your moisturizer up. If you're
called wet wound healing, I think.
Because dry skin heals slower, and a lot of people don't know that when you're not getting the results that you're looking for, sometimes your skin is dry and you don't have enough hydration for the skin to even be supple or to be hydrated. So a lot of people think like, oh, let me just put an oil on it, and I'm like, girl,
no, I learned that with DMK, like.
Oil on top of dry skin is just gonna lock in that dryness. It's not gonna hydrate the skin
at all.
Not at all.
So hydration is very, very important when it comes to your chemical pills and performing a pill. Like if your client is not using the proper home care or not set up on a proper regimen, their chemical pill is good as trash.
Yeah, right.
They have to be on a very, very good regimen before they even get the chemical pill. I say at least probably 30 days.
30 days.
30 days prior.
30 days.
30 days prior.
Absolutely.
And you want to stress that, like, are you doing your products? And a lot of times also I notice with clients, they don't re-up on their products.
Yeah, no, I would be like,
They
you should be
shit
out of
all
this.
the
I tell my client,
Yeah.
you should be running out. If you haven't ran out yet, you're not using the product.
You know what's my
Yeah,
favorite line?
properly.
I'm still using the stuff you gave me last time.
Yeah, it's like,
I'm going through the notes.
Samples though.
I gave you a
It's
sample.
the samples
Yeah,
in this
yeah,
thing.
Girl, you spending $300 on treatment and you keep asking me for samples. Samples
Yes.
is not going to get you nowhere. Home care is 80% of what you do.
That part.
Right.
What I do is
80%.
20%. I'm just a little parsley on the top
Yeah,
of
yeah.
your Alfredo.
Little salt bay on
You
top.
literally do your skincare regimen twice a day,
Yeah,
every
morning and
day. You only come see us once a month.
Let's
Yeah,
talk
once
about
4 to 6
sorry.
weeks.
Let's talk about red flags.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, so let's get into it. Client red flags. Estes, client red flags. This is my biggest red flags. And if any of my clients are watching this, girl, yes, I'm talking to you.
Oh my
Because
God.
no, because I'll be telling them like I can tell. I don't know if they know this, and estheticians, I'm pretty sure y'all know too. You can tell when your client comes into the bed if they pick their skin.
Oh,
I
yes.
can tell by
Or if
the
you're not wearing sunscreen.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, before I wash you, I can tell
Yeah.
you're not wearing sunscreen, and I can tell if you've been picking your skin. I'm telling you right now, if you have a client, this is just my personal preference. If this is just what I do. If you pick your pimples, you can't get a chemical peel.
Yeah.
If you're somebody that's constantly picking and popping your bumps, I won't do I might do a superficial peel, but I won't do a medium depth peel because that temptation to peel that skin is crazy. You want to see the results. Everybody wants to peel it back.
Yeah.
No, you can't. I won't do it. I will not do it. So that's one of my client red flags. If you come to me and I see that you pop your pimples and your skin, you pick at your face, you cannot get a medium depth chemical peel with me. What are some of your client red flags?
I feel like for me, it comes down to sunscreen 100%.
Mhm.
If you're not
Oh, yeah.
applying your sunscreen, if you come in, like you said, I do feel like if you pick your skin, it's kind of hard, right? But I set the tone, like, listen, like, you absolutely cannot pick the skin. If you pick the skin, you're going to do more harm than good.
Yeah.
Or, my favorite line to tell all my clients, you're wasting your money.
Wasting
No
your
one
money.
likes to waste their money. So at the end of the day, if you're not going to follow peel instructions
yeah.
or post, which
Yeah.
are very important, then you're just wasting your money.
Yeah.
Even if I administer the peel, you see immediate results,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like you're going to see immediate results, but
And
are
then
you going
you'll
to
be back.
maintain those results?
No. Yeah.
That
What-
aftercare is really important.
Yeah.
What
So
about you, Chris? Oh, sorry.
sunscreen.
My red flag, I would say, is the clients that come in, and this is my first time meeting them, and they
Mhm.
want a pill.
Right.
That I don't.
Oh, they show you Instagram.
Yeah.
And
Can
they
you do
be like,
this?
Can you do this?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, no. I have clients today I've been seeing literally for the past 4 years. I still have not performed a pill on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am one of them people. If you need it, you need it. You don't, you don't.
Right. Oh,
That
yeah. Everybody does
Yeah,
not need a chemical
I'm very
peel.
straight by the book. I'm very like, oh no, you don't need that. And they'll
Right.
tell you like, that bitch won't give me a pill.
Yeah,
like, they
like,
like,
you don't need
they
it.
like, she won't tell you no.
Yo.
And I'll be like, I'm very, but
And that's why I love superficial peels.
Yeah.
Everyone gets
But that's
one.
just
Yeah.
me and my gold standard because I just think that everyone does not need
No,
a
they don't.
chemical pill.
They don't.
I have clients, like one of my favorite clients, and Elana, if you watching this, shout out to you, baby, because I love you. But she's one of my favorite. She's so sweet. I love
Yeah.
her. But she, every time she sees it, she be like, "I see you got this." I'm like, "Girl, you don't need it." That's what, like,
Yeah,
I
that's
can
my
go to
favorite
our
line.
text
Yeah.
story, and I'm like, I won't, because it's for me. This is really my passion. So it's not about the money for my clients.
Integrity.
Yeah,
It's
it's
everything
integrity.
is integrity. So like, I will tell them like, you don't need that. I can have the most popular service right now, and if you don't need it, I'm not going to give it to you because especially like. If you don't need it, it's like, no, girl, you just need to do this. We just need to do a basic facial. I'll tell my clients that all day. So I
My biggest fear is getting that text.
What?
Is my skin supposed to look like this? And I'd be like,
And I
girl.
think too, like, explaining to clients as an esthetician, right, the difference between preventative and corrective.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you do have peels that are going to prevent
Yeah.
things from happening, right? And then
Yeah.
you have our corrective peels.
Absolutely.
And there is a big difference. And some people may not need corrective.
right.
But then also people need to realize correction costs more than prevention.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Hello.
for buying your home care, it may set you back like $180, $130 or whatever. But for me to fix it, baby, I charge what I'm worth.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
because
you
now I
have
gotta
to come
stress
through
my
and then-
brain.
I gotta stress my brain
And
going to
it
chemist
was like, you
mode.
could have just left it alone. What about horror stories? I have a chemical peel horror story. Does anybody have a chemical peel horror
I have
story?
a horror story
that they wanna tell?
I do.
Okay, you say.
So my first horror story is my cousin.
Okay, mine is one of
Okay,
my
at least it was family, okay.
It was family. So let me tell you, cousin, I love you. I love you, but I told you not to take that shot when we did that chemical pill.
Wait a minute.
Listen,
She took a shot?
my husband was giving her shots before she did the chemical pill, and I was like, this is a bad idea. This is a bad idea.
My
But thank
goodness.
God it was my cousin.
Yeah.
Thank God it was my cousin. And oh my God. But her skin is beautiful now.
But what happened?
She took the shot, and as I'm administering the layers, she kept getting up. So, it's time layers. So I'm like, okay, did I put 2 on? Did I put 3 on? I couldn't remember how many layers I put on. And I over-processed her skin.
Oh,
but it wasn't my fault. It was my cousin's fault. It was my husband's fault. Because she was like, I need to do a shot for this. This is going to burn. I was like, this is why.
So what was y'all having a party?
We was not having a party. She was there for her facial. And my husband was like, you want to do a shot with me real quick? And she's like, I need another one. So that is my chemical pill horror story.
My chemical pill horror story is one of my best friends, Zoe. I'm calling you out because I told you I was going to call you out anyway. She came in, she got a medium depth pill. Mind you, she has really good skin, but she just, it gets dry and she get a little bit of hyperpigmentation, so she wanted a pill. And I'm like, girl, I got you. So we did the chemical pill, and I'm so excited for her because I know she's one of them rare people that just set her straight.
Yeah.
Because her skin is not bad. So she come in, she get the pill. Day 1, I'm checking on it. Okay, yeah, it's getting a little dry. Day 2, boom. Day 3, she start peeling. So she calls me and she's like, oh, look. So she's showing me pictures and it's like peeling here. It's like cracked all here. And it starts around the mouth. She's peeling and it looks great. I'm like, oh, girl, yeah, that's day 3 in the morning. That was like 9 o'clock in the morning. So I had a full day here at the office, did the office. So I call her at night like I would do my other clients, and I'll check on her like, hey, girl, I just want to see how your shedding's going. Because mind you, I'm thinking this is my best friend. She gonna give me some bomb pictures of the skin. I told her like, don't even cut it until you give me some pictures. I call her at like 8 o'clock, day 3, when she just started peeling. Her whole face is gone. There's no skin on her face.
She picked it.
Listen to me. There's no skin on her face. So when I tell you, no, my heart freaking dropped. Now I want to give you a little context. She's a Virgo, so she always feel like she can life hack her way out of everything. Yeah. She's a life hack queen. She like, okay, like I beat the system. This is what she said to me. Like, I beat the system. She was like, I beat the system. Life hack. Your chemical pill got me messed up, girl. And then listen, so when I talked to her, I'm like, friend, like, what did you do? She was like, I was like, Zoe, I told you, you cannot. She was like, friend, I didn't pick it. I'm like, you picked it. She's like, friend, I promise you, I did not pick it. I said, Zoe, there's no way all of your skin shed off in less than 24 hours. She's like, friend, I promise you, I did not pick it. She's like, I swear to God, I didn't pick it. And we don't swear to God. Like, we don't play. Right. All I hear is her husband in the background. Nah, sis, she ain't pick it, but she washed her face like 10 times.
Oh my
God.
So
she kept washing it. So you know how when you wash your face, it gets the skin gets
so
off. Yeah, you picked it basically.
Yeah.
So and she like, but friend, she's like, I beat the system. I'm like, your face is probably gonna like burn. I'm like, you don't feel raw. She was like, no. Girl,
the next day,
the next morning, she called me. She called me the next day. She was like, "Oh my God, my skin burned so bad. I don't know what to do." She's like, "And look, it's starting to peel again. Is this normal?" I said, "I told you." I was like, "I shouldn't fix it." I was like, "Come to my office." So she came to my office, and I literally put her under, like, I swear by LED. I put her under the Saluma LED light, the red one, for an hour. I let her sleep with that thing on. I almost cussed. Oh, we can cuss on here. We can. I let her sleep with that bitch on for an hour. Look, she slept with that thing on for an hour. I put like a bunch of like the Restore serum from Hydrinity. I just put like a bunch of like Restore
that barrier.
And then she got up and she was like, "Oh my God, I feel normal." And thank God she was fine after that. She didn't, but that was like this. Wow. I'm like, yo, it would be somebody that I know and love.
Now, what always Patrick is she?
She is a 4.5, 5. Like, she's like my complexion.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm like, girl, you're gonna hyperpigment.
Yes, because I would have been panicking.
I was so afraid, but I told her, and then it was her, so I know she's not gonna try to like come after me when she knows she did wrong. But imagine that being a client. So like, I will like. That's why I said, that's why the picking is my red flag. Yeah. Because, or somebody that wanted, like, just think they can always beat the system.
PTSD.
Yeah, it's like, no.
Did her skin turn pink afterwards?
Girl, so the next day when she called me, she was flushed. It was pink. And she started to like shed a little bit, but it like once she did the LED light, it was fine. It wasn't pink after that, and she didn't hyperpigmentate.
Oh, good.
But that's my red flag. If you're a picker, that's home care. Yeah. And she wasn't on a thyroid inhibitor, so I was really terrified. No, because you know how your friend, your friend like, oh, do me.
Yeah.
I was like, but that's why the picking is my red flag. So Estes, figure out your red flags. What you got any horror stories, Maria, or something?
Luckily, I don't have any horror stories. What I can say is this: as an esthetician, you should absolutely value integrity over anything, right?
Absolutely.
Because a lot of the horror stories come from people just, oh, I can charge $250 for a chemical peel. Yeah, come in. Yeah, $250.
No.
And I just feel like no amount of money is worth you doing a peel on someone. Yeah. It going to shit, and then them being like, oh, well, I went to Krista Skin Therapy Studio, or I went to Mia True Skin Oasis, and this is what happened. Yeah. Like for me. get somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
Like,
Find somebody else to do it.
Okay, because I'm just not.
That $250 will cost you $1 million.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your brand, your name, your what you stand for is everything. So even if I haven't had this, but if I had someone not be happy with their chemical peel, you want your money back? I'll refund you. Like, I'm not gonna argue
with someone.
Like $150, $250 is not worth my business. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you can have your little money.
I want to give you a little.
You can have your little money. I'm cool.
I'm gonna tell you why I text you, because I'm not refunding shit.
Hello.
And I'm gonna tell you why.
Would you?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because the results are not guaranteed.
Right.
You're not coming in here to get your face painted. You get.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you
the headache.
No,
but I'm not a doctor. Also, and I tell people, like, I'm not a dermatologist. I'm not a doctor.
No, but even then, how many times they go put you on a bunch of different medications? How many times people go to the doctor? No, but listen, how many times somebody go to the doctor and they prescribe them a medication and it don't work, so they change it to something else. Yeah. Or they up the percentage of it. We pay for our treatments and we pay for our time, regardless if you like the service. I mean, not the service, because my service is always impeccable, but you might not get the results you desire. If you don't get the results that you desire, I'm not giving you your money back, because the reality is I still did the service.
Right, but you set that expectation.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
And then you tell them that it's not like you said, it's not a one-stop shop.
It's not,
you
that's
don't
what
just
I'm
get
saying.
one.
That's what
you don't get one.
People have to understand. It's treatments.
Yeah.
We're not at the Four Seasons giving you a facial. We're giving you treatment. So if you come in thinking that one treatment is going to fix 37 years worth of damage, good night. You got the wrong mindset from the beginning. Right. And that's why I said I don't do chemical peels on somebody that I just met, because you have to understand, we have to build a rapport in a relationship.
Absolutely.
So this is why I say, like, it's people I've been seeing for 4 years that I still want to do a chemical peel, because I see you 4 years. I've been seeing you for 4 years, but you come in every 6 months. You come in every 18 months. You come in whenever. I want to know that you're coming every month before I say, okay, she's going to come back next month, or she's going to come back within 2 weeks, and then we can start the chemical peel process. Right. So she's setting herself up for her treatments.
Right, exactly.
And I tell people all the time, I am a treatment specialist.
Yeah.
I am not a facialist.
Yeah,
I'm a treatment specialist. I perform treatments.
Exactly.
These treatments are going to get you where your skin needs to be. So even though you might not see the results after this one, you might not see the results after the 4th one, but baby, a bitch gonna deliver. Okay. You're gonna see them from the results. And when you see yourself on my page, you're like, I saw where I started, I see where I'm at now, and that girl did what she said she was gonna do.
Like you saying, setting that expectation. Like I let my clients know. So everybody that comes in, they have to sign a consent form for me, especially for the peels. Yeah. It's like it says in the consent form, results may vary. They're not guaranteed. You're not gonna get on my table looking like Fiona and wake up looking like Beyonce.
That's what I mean. Like Fiona and Beyonce.
It's not gonna happen.
But that's what I mean. I was more referring to like these horror stories, right? Like especially in Atlanta. Like there's a lot of estheticians.
Because they don't have no license down there.
So like
some of them don't.
It
like,
seems
I'm
like they
sorry.
don't. No, Atlanta is strict. It's like Jersey.
But it's strict like Jersey.
Yeah.
They don't seem like it.
No, like meaning, so they have more range as far as their scope of practice, but in Atlanta you gotta be in school for like 15
But
years.
if I was to like buy somebody's skin, right, I would totally give you your money back.
But,
like I'm not gonna argue with you.
Oh, you said if you buy?
Yeah, like that's what I meant. Like,
I thought you said if somebody wasn't satisfied.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like it hasn't happened to me, but like
if you ever had
that was to ever come to a point where I'd be like, oh, X, Y, and Z, I want my money back. Like I'm not jeopardizing my small business for that. Like you can have your money. All money is not good money.
All money is not good money. That's why.
Not saying that people, let me disclaimer this, not saying that people in Atlanta don't have licenses, but a lot of the ones that are out here botching people don't have physical license. They have a certificate.
Stop playing with me.
Girl.
Okay.
I see it all the time.
They have a certificate. Yeah. So let me make this clear. A certificate is not a license.
It's not a license.
I have to keep reiterating it. A certificate is not a license. Because you took somebody's class in a hotel does not make you a licensed esthetician.
I don't care if you paid $10,000 for it.
If you did not sit in front of the state board and sweat your underarms out,
and then go behind ringing their computer, taking that test,
that is not a license. And a lot of times, a lot of these bot services come from people who do not have a license, like the one we just said in the beginning of our podcast. The lady was like, no, if you did not peel, I cannot perform another one on you. Yeah. And even though she went to her cousin that was a licensed esthetician, sometimes you have to have a certain moral ethics in place. Yes. Ethics over money.
Absolutely.
And if you don't have ethics, you're going to end up on Instagram,
the Shade Room, Worldstar.
You're going to end up on these places.
YouTube, TikTok.
Looking crazy and someone throwing you underneath the bus. Yeah. Not saying that you're not good enough to do what we do. Right. But baby, if you want to be
a licensed esthetician, before you can walk. Yeah.
go to school.
Go to school.
Go to school and get
Go to
that
school.
license and get that degree. Get that whatever you need to become an esthetician.
Got it. I'm happy that we had this talk. I'm happy that this is our second episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you guys are watching and you want to tell us what you would like to see us talk about more on the podcast, drop it in the comments. Let us know what you guys want to see, because we really want it to be like a community. We're building a community. We want you guys to feel involved. Whatever you want us to talk about. If there's some people that you think we should bring onto the podcast that you would love to hear us have dialogue with, put it all in the comments. We're excited. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share our stuff.
Yes.
Please, we want to build a community. And we just love y'all. Thank y'all so much for all the support and for rocking with us.
Yes. Tuning in.
Tuning
and
in.
We'll see you guys next time.
Because you can see what